Welcome to The Chatter, your end of the week ear candy for what to eat, drink, see, and do in Richmond, Virginia, right damn now.
The Richmond experience is independently owned and created by locals, us, for locals, you. From recent openings and the latest trends to time-tested traditions and hidden gems, we're here to help you experience the very best that RVA has to offer.
Hi, I'm Paige, RVAX owner and chief marketing officer. I'm the face you see in front of the scenes on Instagram and TikTok, taking you to all the latest and greatest hotspots around town.
And I'm Kelsey, RVAX owner and editor-in-chief, working behind the scenes on your Wednesday and Thursday newsletters, the Weekly Insider and the Weekender, and City Guides.
Hey, Kels, what's up?
Hi, Paige. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just had therapy, so I cried. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know why I always do this. I think we're gonna need a buffer time.
I'm gonna put it in the buffer. When you mentioned it before we hit record, I thought that you looked great, though. The green's really bringing out the glow in your face.
Oh, it's my new Monument Ave sweater. Yeah, so there was that. We had a busy weekend celebrating Holly. I really wasn't on Instagram much, but you kind of took over a little bit. So it looked like you had a fun weekend.
Yeah, I threw in a couple of things that I went out and did on my own or with the family. And we did have kind of like a built out weekend, just enjoying the weather, I think, as I'm saying that. Like, it wasn't terrible weather, right? No, I think it was like a nice weekend.
Nice. We hung out at Common House like all day Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
When it was nice. Sunday was rainy. Yeah. Sunday was kind of crappy. But Saturday, we had an impromptu bachelorette party that I didn't know about.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, you did have a jam-packed weekend.
Yeah. So our girlfriends took us out to I almost said Common House. That's where we were. We hung out there all day Saturday at the pool and on the roof. But then we went to Penny's wine shop for dinner, which I hadn't been in such a long time. Had a lovely evening dinner there. And then the crew and some others joined us in Scott's Edition for Paper Moon.
If there were ever a good nightcap for a bachelorette party.
Kelsey, well, if you want to go back to some older episodes, Kelsey chats about her time not
my time at Paper Moon.
Not working for Paper Moon.
I have had a long career in the Richmond area.
And so I was like, man, I've never been there. I walk by it literally every day. Let's see what it's all about. And I have to just say the athleticism. Oh my God.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's drinks and a show. It's incredible what they do over there.
They're queens, and they loved like the group of lesbians because
I'm
who
sure
doesn't?
I'm sure you were fast friends with everybody over there. Did you have a sash and everything so they knew what the celebration was?
No.
You know, some people are into like all the, pomp and circumstance.
No, not this time around. No, there is none of that. None of that. No. And that's okay if that you're into that. But no, we just kind of went in and we ended up buying a very expensive bottle of champagne to have like the little VIP like couch area so that everybody could sit and enjoy their night. And yeah, we just like hung out for like I don't even know how long we were there, an hour or two, just enjoying the show.
Yeah, it's a great way to end the night. As Paige said, I've mentioned it probably once or twice in a podcast in the past. When I was out in Scott's Edition, after my husband and I would do like our own, curated brewery tour for day drinking, would be like, why don't we finish the night at Paper Moon? It was right next to our apartment. It just was so easy to get from A to B and then go home and go to bed.
It's great. I know. I texted Kelsey like a group shot and I was like, Kelsey, we went to Paper Moon and it was the best night ever.
Yes. And a very drastic change too compared to my times when I would, find that in our evening, because I got that text from you, I think at like 12:30 a.m. and I didn't see it until the morning because I had already fallen asleep. So my Paper Moon days, I guess, are unfortunately behind me, but wonderful job, ladies. Wonderful job, crew. I mean, it's a fun time over there. You go in, have a drink, and go home.
Yeah, it was great. 12 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Yeah, that's
again,
enough.
the athleticism. I can't even believe what these girls do.
No. And at the end of your day, too, like, are you kidding?
I know. Well, it might be their morning, but
that's true, too. I guess, if they have to change their schedules up for work, that makes sense. Oh man, but I also saw your Common House happenings too, and I've like switched around our calendar a little bit for City Guide stuff because I was gonna put out our like splash pad pool like roundup of stuff for people closer to Memorial Day, because as we talked about last week, like that's typically when you start to see some of that stuff open. But I think people have heard your wishes, Paige, and like they're getting going now.
Well, the only pool I know to be open is Common House right now.
Right.
I mean, they just had their pool party. They're open. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little chilly, but I mean, when it's hot, you just get in.
Sure.
Enjoy. I don't know. It's just if it's nice and 80, I want a pool. I don't care when it is. If it's July or not July, January and it's 80 and sunny, I want a pool. I don't
want a
care that
pool.
it's winter.
I know. I was already thinking like you're right that it might pools might be still taking their time, but splash pads especially, I guess like might open up a little bit earlier since they're playground centric anyway. And we've already run into quite a few days where I'm sure my kids would happily be over there and like splashing around. So I think that, those things are already starting to open up. So I'll get that out earlier in the month then.
Yeah, everything I just feel like is we want it now. Early.
It's just hot. It's
Yeah.
too hot.
Yeah.
But
But
weekend plans were good. Oh, speaking of, another thing that I did put on social media, and just as another reminder for you, we went strawberry picking last Friday too, which is one of my favorite things to do around this time of year. But it's also like you kind of have to get in as quickly as you can because the season can be kind of like, I don't know, it's sort of like ebbs and flows each year. But that was another thing that we got to do to like kick off the weekend. It's so fun. I have like my next editor's note was going to be or is going to be about, just like slowing down and do some strawberry picking. It's just such a delight every year. I love a pick your own farm situation.
And where do you go usually?
Usually we do Gallmeyer's, but when I was like looking up where we should go, I saw that they're either not doing it at all this year or they're just not up and running yet for the season. So we went to Chesterfield Berry Farm, which was like a little bit of a drive for us, but it was still nice to like get out of the house. And of course I worked a Klein's visit into the entire road trip. It was not hard to convince my kids, like we probably need a milkshake on the way home from this.
Yes.
So it was nice. It was like a nice little outing, but it's a very nice farm, really like spread out. There's plenty of room for everybody. We did go on like a weekday, so I don't know how different it might be if you decide to do like a Saturday or Sunday, but it was a wonderful way to just be out in the fresh air.
Cute. I love it. I love strawberries.
I was going to say, have you done any of the strawberry picking before?
No. No, I always think about it too late. So get out there and do it now.
Right. It's like May is like prime time usually. But I have looked back or was looking back in our like records from at least last year or the year before. And I think we've put out stuff in June to encourage people to get over there still because it just sort of depends on their stock, I guess.
Yeah. And the season, just how long it is. So, but I mean, it's better to go early, safe than sorry.
Get it in early. All the pick your own stuff is so fun. We've done that. Blueberries, like peaches. We kind of like take in something per season.
That's cute. I like it.
Now I got to figure out what to do with all these strawberries. We've already done smoothies. I got to do like a cute dessert or something.
Yeah. Or just eat them, chop them up, eat them as a snack.
Regular strawberry.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Are you ready to dive in?
Yes, I think we're ready to go.
All right. So what to eat, drink, see, and do in RVA this week. I'm up first for eat. You may have seen on Instagram that we went to Julio's Bagels. So there is a new bagel spot in the north side. Julio's Bagels is now open and serving up naturally leavened, boiled, and baked bagels, the kind with the perfect chew and the craveable flavor. We love them. We're already obsessed. It's brought to life by Ashley, the talent behind Pizza Bones. Julio's is her latest concept. And in case you didn't know, she has a long history as a professional baker. So it's no surprise that these bagels are just as delish as everything else she's introduced. By the way, there is a pizza bagel. I haven't got it.
But a classic.
I know, but it's like a very full circle like moment. I thought it was cute. But it's already a neighborhood favorite. There's already been long lines. Julio's is slinging fresh bagels, creative sandwiches, and coffee from Recluse Roasting Project. Again, it's super dangerous for me because Boho Fit Studios right across the street. And so there's been a couple of days already where I've just like popped over there and grabbed a bagel and it's perfect. But I've gotten the bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, and I've also tried the lox and the with the works. Both fantastic. No notes.
Oh my gosh, they look so good from what you posted. That's so exciting. When you sent me this post last week, we had already recorded our episode and they had been on our radar. And I was like, oh, maybe we should like mention that they're opening soon, but they weren't quite ready to go yet.
Yeah.
So we recorded, we did our thing. And then I think like moments later, they were like, come on into the shop. So I'm so glad you got to go over.
Yeah, it's always that certificate of occupancy that holds people up, it seems. So
I
as soon
know
as
there's
people, yeah, as soon as businesses get it, they're like, we're opening.
Yeah, it's like we're ready to go. There's so many. I feel like Chimbo Sandwich Shop was what we ended up talking about last week. I think was kind of like it seemed like in the same boat. And I was checking in on the Perfect Bean, which I feel like might be in like a similar situation right now. You like any of these businesses that you've been waiting on. I feel like you can go to their Instagram and their latest post they'll have is like we're almost there. Like we're just waiting on like one or two more things from the city. So just bear with us. So just keep tabs.
Yeah, from the city. We're working on a lot of things, Holly and I, with the city right now.
Yeah,
We're not
the
happy.
the city, take your time.
Yeah, city, take your time. I should tell you all about the mess that we're dealing with, but maybe another time.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where you need to eat this week. So good. And then for drink, it is coming into Mother's Day weekend. So treat mom or a loved one to some wine at Ashton Creek Vineyard. In case you didn't know, Ashton Creek Vineyard is a family-owned winery and with wines, welcoming atmosphere, food. They are located in Chester. So about 20-25 minutes from downtown, but they have reds, whites, they have a famous frozen wine slushy, but for Mother's Day they are doing cute little picnic baskets. So you can go for an afternoon of wine, music, and a picnic on the lawn. And they have $75 picnic boxes, which I think are super cute. You get a Caesar salad, 2 sandwiches, chips, and a bottle of wine and macaroons. And I'm like, that's such a cute little picnic idea for mom.
That's super sweet.
So you can enjoy it in the tasting room or out on the patio or spread a blanket on the lawn. And they do have some vineyard views, but they're available all day upon request, or you can pre-order them online. But if you haven't been to Ashton Creek, you should check them out. I have been a few times and I actually have plans to go next week. So they are one of our new Richmond 50 clients. We're excited to partner with them. But you can learn more at ashtoncreekvineyard.com.
Amazing. And it does. I was just checking the weather while you were talking about that too. I think on Sunday for Mother's Day, we're looking at like low of 52, high of 77, and it's like mostly sunny. So it seems like a perfect day for a picnic.
Lovely.
Perfection. Okay, for C, Henrico SkyGlow is happening on Saturday, and I just say it could be part of your Mother's Day plans because I'm requesting it as my Mother's Day plan.
You're gonna need to take some videos.
I know. I'm so excited. It looks really cute. It's happening over at Crump Park from 6 to 9 p.m. It's free to attend. They're going to have different vendors and food trucks on site, though, if you want to like pay for, different activities or some sips and drinks. At 7:30 p.m., 10 hot air balloons will inflate. And then once the sun goes down around 8:30, you can enjoy a 20-minute display of the tethered balloons lighting up in sync with music. That's another thing too. They'll have live music ahead of that as well that you can enjoy. But from 6 to 9 p.m., also one hot air balloon will be offering tethered rides for $15 for adults,
so
$10 for kids.
Are you going to do it?
No, this is really not my style.
Oh, okay. Okay. I would totally do it.
I mean, my husband could probably get down for it. And I feel like my daughter would be very into it. So even if I'm not going to, I'll be living in fear anyway, watching them do it.
What are you worried? It's going to get untethered?
I don't know. Yeah, like float away. I have no idea. I'm not like a heights person. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not either. Girl, I'm terrified, but I went off that Dominion building.
That's
what
true.
I tell people.
That is true. I like that.
You gotta conquer them.
One of the most incredible things. I couldn't.
I was ill.
I can imagine. And have you done that multiple times?
No, just once.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had it. They haven't had it since I've done it.
Oh my! They figured like once you did it, there was no reason. It was like Paige conquered it.
We are talking about the what was it called? It was with the Richmond SPCA. It
Oh,
was
right.
what did they call it when we propelled off of the Dominion building?
It wasn't something like Over the Edge or
Over
something
the
like that?
Edge. You got it. You got it.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I was like sick watching you do that from just Instagram stories.
Gosh, and that was a few years ago at this point.
That's crazy.
It was, because it feels like yesterday.
So no, you won't catch me doing that. And I don't think you'll catch me up in a hot air balloon, but I am excited to see them light up the sky. It sounds very cute.
Is this new?
I think so. This is like their inaugural
Okay.
event. So hopefully they'll continue doing it summers after, I guess spring times in the future. If you want more information, we can drop this link in the show notes, but it's on henrico.gov/calendar/henrico-skyglow. You can learn more about it and see, like, they've got the whole like schedule laid out too if you want more information on what I just went through. But it seems fun. And again, weather looks nice. It should be like a nice evening.
Yeah, well, you'll have to pop up some stories and
Yeah,
let us know.
I'll take you along with me.
Yeah, I'm out of town this weekend.
Oh, right. You've got like beach happenings this weekend, don't you?
I'm going to see my favorite people, Rufus Du Sol.
Oh,
I
wow.
can't wait.
Oh, where are they playing?
Virginia Beach. I think DC's on Friday, but DC's a sold out show. I wanted to go to both, but Holly said no. So,
Well, I feel like Virginia Beach would be more approachable too. Sometimes with DC, with like the huge people like that, it's like, forget it.
yeah. So, but yeah, we're headed that way this weekend.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Well, then, yeah, look out for the hot air balloons in the area while Paige goes and, rages.
Yes.
And then for Dew, I couldn't not remind you that it's opening night for our very own USL W League team as Virginia Beach United takes on the Richmond Ivy. Saturday, May 10th again at 6 p.m. at City Stadium. Tickets right now are starting at $15. They're going to have drinks, of course, from Three Notch, Triple Crossing, Hardywood, and more while you watch the game, and food from A Rose, El Guapo, Funnel Cake Recess, and more. Also, Paige and I have talked about this. It almost seems like endlessly, but we just love to catch a game for Ivy or Kickers when they're in their season. So go over, enjoy the weather, watch some soccer, and enjoy some eats and drinks.
Yeah, I'm sad I'm missing the home opener, but I'm going to go next weekend.
Yeah, their Ivy too has such a like shorter like schedule.
6. Yeah,
right.
It's only 6 games in May and June. So
right. So let this serve as your reminder for this weekend and then like the season ahead to make sure you get something on your calendar because it's pretty quick. It goes by quickly.
Yeah, I think we can only go to like 2 or 3 games. So I put them all on my calendar. Get out your merch and buy new merch because the Ivy gear is always the best.
It's always so cute. They have the best stuff. By the way, speaking of merch, did we talk? This is like a completely different, sport and stadium. Richmond Flying Squirrels, the merch this season especially.
The merch this season is awesome. Holly went ahead and bought a hat, a new shirt, but they have some really cute crappies, some really cute hats. So get in the merch store.
Go to these people's merch stores. It's like the best. It's so much fun to do while you're, in between innings, or what is it for soccer? Is it quarters periods?
Quarters.
Okay.
Right? Go sports.
Yeah. This is not where you're going to get
we are not your sports girlies. We're your merch girlies.
Yeah. We can't tell you what exactly is happening. We can just tell you it is fun.
All right. And that wraps us up. So thanks for listening, Richmond. And by the way, there's more where that came from. Joining the Richmond Experience as a member is the best way to stay in the know about what's going on in RVA.
Not to worry, we refuse to sell your info or bombard you with ads, but we do charge a small annual membership fee of $39 a year to fund our team so we can keep doing this awesome work. Plus, a portion of each annual membership purchase for the Richmond Experience goes to rotating nonprofits each month. That's like $1 per week to get an all-access pass to the best of RVA and lift up local orgs. It's a really, really good deal, friends. And listen, what are friends for anyway? Use code CHATTER to get $10 off your first year subscription.
Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Richmond Experience, and on Instagram at The Chatter and RVA2. And if you enjoyed this episode, send it to your buds and rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you want to keep up with each of us, you can find me at Kelsey Heinz's Typing on Instagram.
And me, Sips and Trips with Paige on Instagram.
Chat with you next week, RVA.